welcome to the Nightcap, your TA home. Everybody knows we trade in them zones. Late night, no sleep, yeah, we keep it real. Crypto moves fast, no time for the feels. TradeFly rockin' chart, T about to take flight. Crypto Nightcap, where the dark meets the bright. This path ain't cheap, you can dream while you sleep. Steady building wealth, invest in yourself. Breaking it down, good vibes in sight. The makers in tight, adjusting my sight. It's all or nothing, this is how we attack. Get your head right, it's a Crypto Nightcap.
What is going on, crypto fam? Welcome back to another episode of the Crypto Nightcap. We're doing this every Monday through Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we're bringing you some of the most important market news as well as technical analysis that you can actually use for tomorrow. And Bitcoin is up and away, hitting 73K. We did talk about that last night. We said that was definitely within the realm of possible, and it made that move quick. But hey, I'm not doing this alone. I got Detroit's own, one of the busiest guys in crypto, my man, the man with the plan with those meme coins, baby. Let's go ahead and bring them up. FD White. What's up, dude?
I can't complain, man. I'm about to just convert to an all meme coin crypto YouTuber, man. Get my numbers up.
You're crushing it. You're crushing it, man. And I tell you what, putting out those calls, there's a lot of people that make a living off of that. So there is that, man. How's your day going though? What's up?
Oh, I woke up, man. I was excited. I woke up middle of the night. My son came in there like, the monsters are coming, the monsters. So I got up at 4 a.m. I tried to go back to sleep. I couldn't go back to sleep. So I've been up since 4, shot a video, looked at the charts, did a little bit of trading. So I'm a little bit tired today, but you know, we got to get the Nightcap going. So we're going to get it moving, get it shaking, and try to find some plays and get ready for tomorrow.
Right on, right on. Let's go ahead, get over to the chat. Let's say what's up to some of the alumni. Indie Rock Crypto's in the house. He said, love ya, alumnus. What's up, dude? Thank you for being here. We definitely appreciate you. Username, hey, man, he said we're running a tight ship. I am trying my best. We did start at 5:30 today. May not have been to the second for you, but hey, we started it. So we are trending in the right direction. Ecamm is making my life much easier. So that is a welcome addition. Hey, JS, man, shout out to you. He said this is the best evening show. We appreciate that, man. That feels really good. Me and FD, we put this together and we've been grinding, man. So you know, it's really nice to see that you guys appreciate the show, man. It feels good, man. FD, you got anything to say?
Man, I appreciate it, man. We've been getting a lot of compliments lately, and a lot of monetary compliments as well. So we just appreciate, you know, everybody for coming by, stopping by, and supporting us, and watching us grow slowly but surely, and just the whole channel from the morning show to the morning show to the trade show to this show. We appreciate it all, man.
Yeah. Much appreciation. Much love to you guys. You guys are like our little extended family now at this point. I mean, we're seeing the same people in here every night. And username, don't you think I forgot? I got you,
Sharks
dog.
with frickin' laser beams attached to their heads.
There it is, man. Alexandra G, best mod in the house. She's in here. Throw some emojis in the chat for the mod queen herself.
I got I'm sorry.
You're good.
I'm sorry. I couldn't. My headphones was going off.
Good. What's up, man?
After you're done, is it possible we can put a poll up? I want to do a poll. Do you know how to do that? Can we start a poll? Can one of the mods do that? Should I sell my XRP, man? I'm in profit $327 in the last 4 years. So I'm thinking about taking my $360 or $327 and moving on, man, to a new coin. So I'm thinking about leaving the army, man. Can we get a poll? Should FD sell his XRP? Can we get that poll if that's possible?
Oof. All right, we'll see what we can do. Worst case scenario, when you're doing your TA, I can log in through the other account and I can post it that way. But if Alexandra can do that, that would be super dope. All right, let's keep it going here. Harp, he's in here. What's up, my dude? Hope all is well. Good to see you. Good to see you, French Toaster. Hola, my friend. Wix Wife Fine 89. What's up, everybody? Of course, FD is in the chat, my dude. Indie Rock Crypto said ETF slaying. Must be talking about the intro there. Don't get too used to it. We got some work to do on that. FD is going to drop a verse on there himself. We're going to get this going. We're going to clean it up, get a hook in there. Don't you guys worry. We're going to have something nice by the end of this. All right, let's see who we got. Crypto Mars in here with the rocket emojis. Hey, man, you made it happen. You've been dropping those rocket emojis for weeks now. So here we are. To the moon we went at 73K. All right, scrolling down here, and Army Piper's in the house. What's up, my dude? Museum of Corruption's in here. Caffeinated Crypto, Al Jr., how you doing? And scrolling. Wix Wife Fine 89 with a $5 super chat. Nightcap appreciation. Thank you very, very much. We appreciate you. The Wick family, you guys are awesome. We love you guys. All right, scrolling down a little bit more here. Let's see. Wick 589, of course. Got to give you a shout out. Jay Violet, she said, hey, beautiful people. Hello, how are you? And Nikki B, what's up? How you doing? And I think I hit them all. If not, just yell at me in the chat. I'll give you a shout out later on here. All right. You know what time it is. Let's go ahead and start getting into the news. Make this happen here. And first up, we got 73,000 Bitcoin. Let's all celebrate. Let's see. Do I have, you know what? You know, while Piper was over there being a big old bear, here we are, man, just throwing up that Bitcoin, 73K. Let's go. Hey, what more do I have to say about that? We should all be happy. It's a celebration here. We're getting close to all-time highs, but hey, we got to be careful because you're getting up towards all-time highs. That means you could see a little bit of a retracement there. I am not hoping that's the case, but, you know, traditionally speaking, you see a little bit of a pullback. But that being said, let's go ahead and see what the next article we got here is. It is total spot Bitcoin ETF trading volume surpasses 4.5 billion today. So what does that mean for us? Retail might be coming back because if you've been looking at these inflows, I think they were talking about 2 billion and, you know, 1.5 billion. This is, let me see here. This is the volume though. So you take that for what it is. Not all volume is good volume all the time, but today, obviously it is because we pushed up to 73K. That being said, let's go ahead and get over to the next one. And Bitcoin ranks 6 among the world's largest monetary assets. Think about that. So you have gold at number 1. You got the dollar at number 2. You got the euro at number 3. The yuan at 4. The yen at 5. And then there's Bitcoin. Let that sink in, man. That's wild. Wild to think about. Bitcoin making waves. I think it's here to stay. And that's just another reason to add to my bullish sentiment for Bitcoin. Again, I think it's a great investment. You just got to think about where it's going to be 5 to 10 years down the road. And really, you may not even have to think about that because a lot of you probably got in at, you know, $40,000, $50,000. So you've already made a great investment. To be honest, like I would be willing to bet most of the people in this chat, I've seen you guys in here for quite some time, whether it be here or the morning show, which means you were likely already invested in Bitcoin, which means you're sitting pretty right now. So you guys know what time it is, though. We got to bring up our third member of the chat, the man himself, Elmer Fudd. And this is not much of a FUD segment, so I guess pull the pump fake on you guys. Elon Musk says X Twitter is working on video monetization for creators to rival YouTube. So this actually is something I want to put in the chat as well. If people were to actually move over from YouTube to Twitter, would that be something you guys kind of go all in on? Like, let's say like we went exclusive, not saying we're going to do this. So let's be clear. But let's say we went exclusive to X. Is that something you guys would move over to and just watch X? Because right now, I think we're dual or simulcasting, so I think we are streaming to X as well. It could be cool for content creators because if we can monetize both sides at the same time, that would be pretty dope, actually. But that being said, let's go ahead, go to the duo cam and kind of talk it out. FD, man, we got a few things to talk about here. Bitcoin's at 73K. We can talk about that. And then seeing it as number 6 as a world asset, I think that's definitely something we can talk about as well. So how you feeling about that, man? What's your take?
Hey, I mean, I knew it was gonna happen all along. I knew it. So I hate to pat myself on the back, but 2 weeks ago, we specifically came here and we adamantly told you that we went out, we mapped out the charts, and we told you history doesn't repeat, but it often rhymes. And we said those last 2 weeks of October are usually when the market ramps up, is when October officially kicks off. So, I mean, we checked that off, and now we're going into November. So we just got to worry about the next week and a half to 2 weeks, and see how that goes. But for the most part, it's not like we have like we're genies and we know can predict the future. We just take past price points and past history and just go from there and try to use our best thesis and analysis, and make the best probable outcome happen, and that's what happened. So we got lucky. We got a little bit lucky this time. So we just we're not patting ourselves on the back. I'm just playing. We just know how the cycles go, and it seems like it's back on track. So I think that 7 months of all right, let's excuse me, let's backtrack. So we had the Bitcoin going past all-time highs before the halving. So we all thought it was off key. We all thought the cycle was off. Then we had this 7 to 8 months of consolidation of a lull period. Seems like everything got back on track. September came around. We thought it was going to be massive dump. It started off as a dump, but then it got bullish. And then we see how October is playing out. So history tells us that we're going to have a great end of the year going into Q1. So hopefully it plays out like that. Just be positioned. Be positioned.
Yeah, man. I mean, I will say you did come on here, this show, like a couple weeks ago, and we're like, last 2 weeks. You were very, very clear about that. You made a point to be like, hey, last 2 weeks, look at that. And then, I'll kind of piggyback too. Like, if you look at history repeating itself, when you have a bullish September, October, guess what else is usually bullish? November, December. So expect that the green can continue these next 2 months, but I do think it will have a little bit to do with the election. That's going to have a say. So I think initially, right, there's going to probably be a little bit of fear, depending, on who gets in. You guys know who's who at this point in the zoo when it comes to cryptocurrency. But just we'll wait. We'll keep an eye on it. But in the meantime, hey, enjoy it. Right, you're at 73K, man. We can't ask for much more. 73K. I mean, just think about when it was a couple years ago when we were looking at 15, 16, or was it 16? It was about 16,000. So bear market lows, and you're just like, oh my God, like, is this done? Like, is the fun over? And here we are talking about it again as potentially being like a currency, like a reserve asset for the United States now. And you're seeing it as number 6 as an asset, so man, we've come so far, and it's cool. It's cool to be a part of, honestly.
I got so much to add before we move on.
Yeah.
Speaking of that second topic that you talked about, being number 6. So I'm gauging it like this. So I posted some screenshots, Bitcoin at 71, Bitcoin at 72, Bitcoin at 73 on some of my other sites that I'm really not FD White Invest. I'm just me, over there in my personal life. Nobody cares. Nobody still cares. Nobody's hitting me up. Nobody's liking it. Nobody's resharing it. Nobody's texting me, DMing me, calling me. So we're not there yet. We know where it's going. We know what's happening, but I don't think we're there yet. And if you look at the statistics for where Coinbase was in the App Store in March, I think it was like in the top 50, and where it is now, I think it's like down in the few hundreds, maybe like 300-400 on top apps. So retail is not here yet. Well, we are retail, but retail, as I like to call them, are not here yet. So we gotta, if the stars align, man, we got a long way to go up. We got a long way to go up in a short amount of time, I think. So be prepared. Put your seatbelt on.
Oh, blow off top. I love it. All right. A couple people in the chat here I want to give shout outs to. I just saw ZTS Rhythm. My dude, how you doing? He was in here with a yo. I hope all is well, my friend, man. Long time no see, man. We gotta catch up. All right. Who else is in the chat? We saw Clate the Great, Hootie Who, Retro Mike Tex in the house. Love seeing him in the chat. And then I think he said, okay, YouTube is the #1 search engine, even more so than Google itself. Discovery King. Hey, yeah. I mean, honestly, we're not going away from YouTube. I was just curious, like, but I think the jam would be if we can simulcast and we can like profit on both at the same time. hey, that's good for us. Good for us, man. That helps out a lot.
I see a
sure.
lot of people making some pretty good money on X, but it's just do the impressions and them just posting. But they need to
Yeah.
hire me over on X because I can bring some people over from YouTube. Because what they're gonna probably have to do is they're gonna need a section for just video, just like how YouTube is. You can't just scroll through and see like people tweeting or whatnot. It has to be its own section within X. I think just all video, just sort of like a YouTube layout. I think, and I think he'll bring more people over like that. But we'll see. We'll see. It's a lot of things in the works if the stars align. So it's just something
Well,
we
you
got to
better
wait.
hop on now, man. They're probably hiring if they're thinking about doing it. So
I'm straight. I might be good on. Might be good on the job right now. We'll see.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Marshall Law's in here. He said, "Good evening. What is up? Bit your window. There you go. My bad." He said, "What's up, brothers? How you doing, man? Hope all is well with you. See if I miss anyone else. J.R. Block, how you doing? And LBC's in the house, man. LBC's in here. Hope all is well, my friend. You guys are doing big things on the we'll call it the pre-market show. The pre-market show. Check those guys out, man. Him and Blackie Chan, BC Port Corp. They're doing a pre-morning show, and LBC is pretty good on the charts, man. Check him out, man. He does really good job with charting. So, all right, let's go ahead and get into the market update here. And we got Jolt's job openings today. So let's go ahead and open up and look at that here. Number of job openings fell by 418,000 to 7.4 million in September 2024 from a downwardly revised 7.86. So there they go again, trying to get us with that revised data. And it always seems to be worse. Never seems to be better. All right. And that was in August and below market expectations of 7.99 million. It is the lowest level since January 2021, indicating the labor market is cooling. So that about sums it up there. What does that mean? All right, tomorrow you have GDP growth rate. Go ahead and tune into the morning show. That comes out at about 4:30 my time. So yeah, that will be in time for the morning show tomorrow. So Piper will break that down for you guys, give you all the alpha you need. So you know what that data actually means. On Halloween, October 31st, you got the core PCE price index month over month, personal income month over month, and personal spending month over month. And then Friday, you got non-farm payrolls, unemployment rate, and manufacturing PMI. So a couple things that could create a little bit of volatility in the market. So again, tune into the morning show. Get all the alpha there. Over to the total market cap, we're sitting at 2.44 trillion. That is up 3.36%. That is a nice little bump up for the day. 24-hour trading volume is at 113.2 billion, and that makes for a 29.72% increase. Bitcoin dominance is currently at 58.89%. That's a nice jump for the day. That's 0.42%. Typically, we're seeing about 0.25%, and today, almost double that. So let's go over. What's up?
So that Bitcoin dominance, are you on CoinMarketCap? What are you on right now?
Yeah, CoinMarketCap.
So the Trading View and a few other ones that track Bitcoin dominance, it's always up about 2% more than what CoinMarketCap has it at. So right now, I got Bitcoin dominance coming in over 60%. So this is the one on Trading View. This is the one that I've been using to gauge which one. I mean, it don't really matter. It's 58, 60, that's still high. But, from when people look at this and then they might go to Trading View, sometimes it's just a small discrepancy in between those numbers. So just a heads up.
Yeah, it seems like the sites that bring all that data together, there's one that's always like off. Like you go to the one where the fear and greed index is like super accurate, and then like Bitcoin dominance is off. And then you go one, Bitcoin dominance is accurate, and fear and greed index is crazy. So it is what it is, man. But yeah, the biggest thing there that we are seeing is there is a trend of Bitcoin dominance going up every day, essentially. And that's the trend we've been watching. It's about 0.25% today. Like I said, 0.42. So, I mean, almost double that today. Looking at the crypto bubbles, we got Suya at 12.3%, Popcat at 7.2%, Hex at 8.8%. Hex has been moving. I don't like it, but it's been moving. That is up 8.8%. Aptos at 7%. Moog at 8.3%. And do we have any other big movers? Really nothing too crazy in terms of big movers. Who's getting hurt? Cass. That is unfortunate, down 6.5%. We were talking about that area. We said if there was a retest on the bottom side of a support level that was basically flipped into resistance, there could be more downside for CAS in the future. Unfortunately, it looks like that might be playing out. Our Retro Mike Tech, he's just celebrating right now. Go ahead and put in some birthday style emojis in there, right? All right, so everyone else, nothing too crazy to write home about. Let's go over to the liquidation heat map. All right, now we've had some long-standing liquidity sitting up here over the all-time high. This is actually only the 3-day chart, though. So if I were to zoom out, you're going to see more liquidity is probably hotter up here, and that is people taking short positions at the all-time high, right? So just over 73K, they take that short position or they put their stop loss there, making the assumption that if price comes back up, that it will not break that area. So I would say, like, just looking at the structure of that, yeah, we got a rejection, but it looks like it wants to come back up and retest that area. Just looking at this right here, right? That's, kind of look up, pull back, up, and then we'll see what kind of plays out here. But you do not be surprised to see price action at least wake up, set it an all-time high, clear out that liquidity, and then ultimately have a pullback. I wouldn't be surprised by that at all. I said put it on the 1 year all up. Okay, I'll put it on the 1 year for you. 1 year. Let it load. Let it load. All right, there you go. So there is your yearly liquidation heat map. Again, liquidity is sitting there over top of the all-time high, but we did clear out quite a bit of it, right? Because you see where we had these areas of resistance, reject it, and people are leaving their short positions or their stop losses right over that, right? So we did actually grab quite a bit of liquidity already on the yearly, but there is still a little bit more right there at the top where the all-time high is. So the one thing, though, that we were tracking a long time ago, talking about like having, decent calls on the show, not here specifically, but on the morning show, I was talking about months, was this right here. This right here. You had a previous range, and then you had all this liquidity sitting right here. There was billions of dollars worth of liquidity sitting there. And I was adamant. I was like, I saw the trend starting to work its way down. And I was like, hey, you know what? This liquidity needs to go. This is what's going to make the maker happy, and the institutions will have that opportunity to buy back in while people are getting shook out. And that would actually still maintain a bullish structure on a longer or larger time frame, right? So we did grab that liquidity. And at that point, when we grabbed that liquidity, because that's when I bought, I was like, I think that's what we need as the catalyst to now continue our up and right movement for Bitcoin. And it has been mostly up and right since that point. Now I have exited, to be fully transparent, because I saw that we were getting up to these areas of resistance. So there is a trend. Don't get me wrong. There is definitely a trend going up and right, but we had these areas of resistance. It was a good enough play for me to go from 50K to 68.2 and be like, I'm good. I made my profit. Let's just wait. So let's wait. Let's see what happens now, because we're clearing out this liquidity. We're retesting all-time highs. We're going to find out a lot about what's going to happen with Bitcoin price action now as we're getting up towards all-time highs again. So are we going to get a rejection and set a new trend, or are we going to pop through that thing and then get that old OC retest and open up the door for some potential movement to continue to the upside? All right, Alex O Crypto is in the chat. He's, what's up, man? He said, I swapped my $1,000 worth of ADA for SUI at $1.60. I was up 50% on my ADA bags. How did I do? Well, I mean, it sounds like you did all right, Alex. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Definitely appreciate it. Hey, catch Alex, though. He's going to be on the show with us Halloween night. We're all going to be dressed up. I am very excited, though, to see FD's outfit. That is probably the thing I'm looking forward to most. I'm not going to lie. All right.
I got some stuff, man. I got some stuff in the works. I just got to pick which one.
My man.
But back to Alex, man. I think that's a good move, because I don't know if you were here at the beginning of the show. I was asking the community, asking the alumni, should I sell my XRP, which I'm up, I think about 5% since 2020. I'm up about $367. Should I sell that and move on to something else? And I think ADA It has some bullish news that just came out, but it's really still not moving like that. So these two coins might be the laggers of this cycle. They may not move. Hopefully they do, but I don't know if I have enough patience to keep waiting for
Yeah.
XRP and ADA.
I
So
mean,
we'll see.
he's already crushing this trade because he said he got in at $1.60. I mean, so he's he's already crushing this. In comparison to ADA, that's up what, almost 30%. So that was a great move on your part, and it made a lot of sense. There was something I've been talking about with ADA for probably 6 months now. All right, when Bitcoin started making its move, I was like, go to ADA. Let's do this. Let's go ahead and do it. And by the way, this is all sponsored by Chart Prime, best indicator in the business. All right. If you guys want to get Chart Prime, go down to the links in the description. Check it out. You can save big with our affiliate link. All right, let's go back to this. All right, Bitcoin here. We're at, let's see, I'm not even worried about what we're at right now. Let's just do this. We had this move up. And what I want you to do is look, let's go right here, March 24th. Let's even give ADA time to catch up. Let's go April 2024. All right, April 2024, we're still sitting at about 72,000. All right, so now let's look at ADA. March is the high. That's 77 cents. Now, what I want you to think about here, and this is taking the top part, all right? This is the good thing for ADA. It doesn't correlate when you go back to the previous run up, okay? So when we had all-time highs previously in 2021, look where ADA's at. All right, so this is very similar to the structure that you're going to see on Bitcoin, right? But it actually outpaced Bitcoin. It got up to what, $3 almost, maybe a little bit higher, $3.10. So if you're looking at it, you would expect that ADA, once Bitcoin got up to 73K, would be somewhere, I mean, at least around here at $2 and something, right? At least. This would be your expectation, right? I mapped it out for you here. It should have been up somewhere around $3.20, theoretically. But it's not. It's still down here. So when I started seeing what was happening, when Bitcoin was popping after we got through the bear market, and I was looking at Cardano, I was like, it's not lining up. Bitcoin is moving. There's other altcoins moving. Solana was moving. Ethereum was moving. I mean, there was a bunch of meme coins still moving. And Cardano was still very stagnant. Now, I'm not saying that Cardano is still not a good long-term play, but it just wasn't moving with the rest of the market at the same rate. And so for me, that was why I was like, I'm not going to touch it. I'm not going to add to anything with Cardano right now because it's not keeping up. It's being suppressed for whatever reason. I'm not sure what that reason was. Initially, I was like, oh, maybe because it was listed as security and it, Robinhood delisted it and some of the other exchanges or the brokers. But at this point, man, it's a mystery. I'm going to be honest with you. Like, I really don't know. I would love, what we should do is bring in ADA Ace and be like, break it down for us, bro. Tell us why, Cardano is not sniffing all-time highs right now. Why is it not over $2 right now while Bitcoin is sitting at 70K? Even if you took half of this, right? Because Ethereum, it was down under 1,000, right? It's sitting at what, like 2,700-ish, so it still made a move where Cardano was just like, nah, not me, dog. So, I don't know, man. Like, good move, Alexo. You moved into something that was moving in a positive direction. You saw that it was outperforming the market, and you made the switch. That's beautiful, and that's good, right? Because there's a lot of people, when you get into business, one of the big things they talk about when you start losing is sometimes you got to know when to cut your losses, because you can keep riding that thing down, and you lose that ability to make money when you could pivot. Maybe you could realize that, hey, this aspect of the business is not getting me to where I need to go. We need to pivot into something else. And you'll see that with major businesses all the time. Apple's done it. Microsoft has done it. Like some of the largest companies in the world have pivoted when they realized what they started was no longer what was going to be their cash cow. And they say, hey, what can I do? What can I find, or where can I pivot to continue to make money? Right. And that's part of this game. And that is why you can watch shows, like this one. You can watch Alex O. I really, it doesn't matter like who you really watch to me, but like you will get that alpha, you will get that information, and they will show you, on the charts. You can look at it yourself on the charts and be like, hey, I can make an educated decision here. So I don't know. There's my long-winded rant on that one. FD, what do you got, man?
It's been tough because I hold a lot of ADA and enough XRP, and it's been tough, man. I can remember when I was really starting to get into crypto, like towards the end of 2020. XRP was, I was an XRP maxi almost. So I'm just accumulating as much XRP as I could, and it was around 49, 50 cent. And then we went through a whole shutdown. I had a kid. With the world shut down, just a whole bunch of stuff happened. Then 4 years later, we're still at the same price. I'm tired of it, man. I'm really tired of it. And all these other coins moving, and I just got all this money just parked in this stable coin. I could have just held Tether and been gaining, 5, 6, 7% interest on like Coinbase or something like that if that was the case. But
Yeah.
you live and you learn. But XRP is not going anywhere. That's a thing that's a plus that I think is not going anywhere. So acting as a stable coin, it's not even outpacing inflation right now. So I'm gonna think about it.
That's something to think about. That is definitely something to think about. And like you said, I was playing with somebody, I think it was Dave Digital one day. And I was like, I got something for you, man. I was like, throw it in USDC. I guarantee you 5%. You can't lose. You can't. Unless the exchange goes down, then you can lose. But other than that, man, like it's kind of like a safe investment. Same thing with Robinhood. You put it in their brokerage accounts, you're getting like 5%. But yeah. I don't know, man. All right, let's go over to Bitcoin. Let's look at that right now. I got it on the daily here and pull my screen up for you guys. And boom, there you go. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and use the pivot, right, of 73K. Just making an assumption that will be it, or right around 73K, a little bit higher. And because what we're looking at now is like, hey, if we get a little bit of a pullback, like where's some opportunities to get back in, catch a bounce. We're looking at this structure here. The structure is pretty darn bullish, right? It's kind of outpacing the trend line. So you have this trend line that's showing you support, right? And it started outpacing that. We did get a really nice bounce. I think that was at the 0.382, if I remember correctly, with the previous range that we were using for the fib retracement. Hey, chart prime for the win. All right, just so you guys know, on the daily, this thing is fire. We had a rising wedge here showing you some pressure going up. It had to break out, gave you the pattern breakout with this smart target, and it freaking swacked it. All right, swacked the smart target. Did get a rejection off of that right now, so we are pulling back just a little bit. Nothing too crazy right now, but keep an eye on that because we're near all-time highs. All right, so if you're like, hey, where can this go? Come on. Let's be real about it. If you're breaking an all-time high, you're talking about price discovery. Like you could put a fib extension on there if you want it, but I think it's kind of black magic at that point once you get over the all-time high. That one is like just strap on, enjoy the ride, and we'll see where this puppy goes. And it's up to you how you want to play it with stop losses. If you're in an intraday or a scalp trade and that thing breaks, like where you want to get out, that is totally up to you. And I'm not going to even try to give you any kind of advice on that. All right, so channel. All right, we talked about that a little bit. Here's my high side target, right? We did that video talking about where all-time high could be, or where I thought the all-time high would be. That was mostly based on this channel right here. So you would be looking somewhere around 88, 90, probably about 90-some thousand would be like my prediction. And that's simple. All right, just coming back like, hey, all-time high, straight freaking line, man. That's it. But it wasn't that easy because what I did, I was like, hey, all-time high, down to support, all-time high, down to support. Cool, very clear channel. Does that line up? Look, lines up with support and resistance here. So for me, I was like, oh, this could be something. So I left that channel up, and sure enough, we get over here, and look, we go to the weekly, you will see that there has not been a close underneath of this channel as support. That's why I was so bullish on this channel. or at least, so I don't know, I had high conviction, we'll say. All right, high conviction on this channel. But now look what we're testing, man. We got this median here, and this median, I talked about that. I said, hey, if we get a push up, we got the median of the channel, we got previous resistance, a horizontal level. We could see, a little rejection there just based on those two factors, a little bit of confluence there with that area. So if we pull back, what are some areas we can look at here? We can look, I would say, you got the value area high, right? You want to see that, and you got a little range. Value area high to the 2021 high. I think a little range there. You just want to see this area flipped into support. All right, was resistance. Let's see it flipped into support, and that could be an opportunity to see some continuation up. But right here too, you have this trend line, right? That was acting as resistance. Once we broke through it, like officially, see, look how it tried to get under or over. All right, kind of stayed up there for a second, got under resistance, pop. All right, so we popped off of that, which tells me I think this trend line is going to be in play, which would add confluence to this range as well. So you have value area high, 2021 high, and this trend line kind of all acting as confluence in one area. There could be an opportunity there to see a little bit of movement off of that area for a little bit of a bounce. All right, so I'm not saying this is the end all be all continuation up and right forever and ever, but that being said, you could see some price action off of this area if you're trying to catch a quick scalp or an intraday type trade. So all-time high, there's not much more I can really say to you there. I'm going to be honest with you. Crazy lines there. Again, we're just looking for opportunities now at this point. So let's go to the oscillator real quick, because that actually, for whatever reason, is off of my chart. All right, Prime Oscillator Pro. Y'all need to check it out, man. This one's Gucci. Can change all the colors, make them all pretty like. All right. Coming up again. This looks good. I mean, you're building this pressure up and right. You got that trend going up and right. You did get hits of some bearish divergence, but that was the previous high there. So we haven't even really actually gotten into an overbought situation. Nor is there a reversal or a peak seeker on the daily. Let's look at the 4 hour. Obviously, the 4 hour is going to be a little quicker. All right, there you go. So you got very overbought on the 4 hour. Daily just hasn't been able to keep up because this movement has happened so quickly. So daily takes some time to kind of get set up, but you got the true 7. You're seeing this all kind of work its way down now. I think going back to the levels we just talked about with the value area high, the 2021 high, and this trend line, I think it's realistic to pull back here and see a little bit of price action in that area before we come back and revisit the all-time high. That's just personal opinion. We'll see. Totally up to you guys on how you want to play this game. But again, I think at this point, you start thinking about, your exit plan, right? And this is something that's so important. And I want to emphasize this. Because a lot of people, you may have gotten in at, 16K, you may have gotten in at 20K. One of the things you have to start thinking about is, when are you going to start realizing those gains? And a lot of times when I start thinking about where I'm going to take profit or where I'm going to exit a trade, it has to do with all-time highs, right? So now I'm not going to sit here and say, hey, close your trades at the all-time high, but I do think it's something that you need to start thinking about in terms of having an exit strategy, because that's a big part of this game. You will talk to many people that will tell you, I rode this thing all the way up to the moon and all the way back down to where I started. They round tripped it. And that happens over and over again. You get, there you go. FD's, he's putting his hands up. I've done it with assets too. I've been lucky on a few. I got lucky on Cardano. I got lucky on Bitcoin. Lucky, unlucky on Bitcoin. I took profits, but it ultimately, I didn't get the top, right? I didn't get maximum profit. There is that opportunity here for essentially almost maximum profit, it in the short term. Long term, if you got conviction that this thing's going to go up and you're staying, you're hodl, you're a different bird. But I want some people to start thinking about, like, what is your exit strategy? Like, that is part of when are you going to realize these gains that you've made so far? And I want you to think about that, because it's a very important part. And that could be as simple as setting in a stop loss somewhere where you're like, I am happy here. If price pulls back, I have protected my profits. I've locked them in, and at the same time, it may actually open up the door for you to have another opportunity to get back in if price continues to pull back. That happens quite a bit as well. So there's many things. I'm not going to tell you how specifically to come up with your strategy. I just want it to be something that you think about. And that's kind of my pitch there for you guys. That being said, FD, I'm going to turn it over to you. You got anything to touch on that before you get into TA?
No, everything you said is pretty much in line with what I'm, my thoughts as well. So I can just jump right into Bitcoin and basically piggyback off what you're saying, because my analysis comes to, basically everything that you're saying. So we can go over to my chart, and we can basically what I was looking at is a few days ago we got a golden cross. So a lot of times the golden cross, a lot of times these crosses, golden cross, can't remember what the bearish one is called at this point, but they're usually lagging. This time it wasn't really lagging. This time when we crossed the 50 over the 200, we were sitting at about 66K. So I was looking at this. I looked at this a few days ago. I said, okay, we're getting a golden cross when the 50-day moving average crosses above that 200. We're coming right down to this support line, this upward sloping trend line. We're crossing a major point of resistance at that 67.5 to 67.8K level. This was where we looked at the volume profiles, and we were starting to break. As soon as we broke out of this heavy volume node right here, I knew it was probably time to blast off. So what I'm looking at right now for Bitcoin is, of course, a cool off. So on the 4-hour, we can see we were massively overbought on the RSI, starting to curve down, money flow starting to curve down. So I'm looking at the Prime Oscillators Pro. Shout out to Chart Prime. I've been using them a lot lately. It gave us a reversal, but it gave it to us a little bit early on the 4-hour. So once we started to curve over on that RSI, then I started to say, okay, we're probably looking a little bit exhausted now. This rally is looking a little bit exhausted. So right now, I wouldn't be surprised for a nice little pullback, possibly to about that 69 to 70K area. And I think as long as we're holding that 2021 all-time high, which acted as major resistance, I will say about 69.5. I think we'll be fine. So I just really want to see that hold. And we've been looking at Bitcoin dominance continue to rise. Right now, it's hovering about 60% over on TradingView. And this has been the number that a lot of people who are heavy into Bitcoin dominance have been waiting to see. Me personally, I think it's going to go a little bit higher. How we interact with this 72, 73K area will tell me a lot right now. If we can, let's go into the 1 hour, and I'll tell you exactly what I would be looking for a continuation to the upside and a breakout of all-time highs. So even let's actually go to the 15-minute, and we can get a little bit more data. So even if I'm just pulling a simple trend line like that, and then we have something coming in like this, I like this consolidation. I actually like this consolidation right at or right under all-time highs. I like this. So this is a possibility overnight that we could break out. So don't be surprised if you wake up in the morning and we're sitting at about 73, 74K. I think all-time high might have been 73 and some change. So probably around 74K this week. But we do have, like you said, some economic data coming in that may derail us for the moment. But ultimately, I think this is just a nice little pullback coming from this massive move from 65K really. Well, 66.3, and then we just made this move. And this move is what? Once we got that golden cross, we went up. This is 10%. So 10% in Bitcoin is a nice move. So I'm looking for continuation. Like I said, like we keep reiterating, going into next week, I think we'll be looking fine. These cool off periods are fine. Even if we get some sort of nice little correction of about a couple $1,000s, that's fine. I really just want to hold that 69K area, that previous all-time high, as support, and I think we'll be fine. I actually think we'll be fine, man. So we just gotta hold it out this week, going into next week. A lot of uncertainty will be out of our minds after next week, and then we can figure out our plan after that. So I like it. I like the chart, man. I like to see Bitcoin doing this. I like to see everybody starting to be, get in profits again. I think at one point when we were at about 72 and some change, I think it said 99% of everybody invested in crypto or invested in Bitcoin was in profit. So that's good to see. That's good to see. And seems like a lot of people don't want to buy at the top right now, but I think a few more weeks, or just depending on how the overall sentiment goes, we'll probably bust through there. I was expecting, if you remember a few weeks ago, I was expecting us to touch all-time highs and then get a massive rejection, like maybe about 3-4K. We're not getting that. So I was wrong on that front, but I do like this consolidation right under the all-time highs. We're sitting at 72K and we're just chilling. We're just chilling. All-time high is about $1,500 more dollars. So I like this consolidation, and I think this is a good area for us to consolidate, cool off, let some oscillators reset, let some some of the euphoria die down a little bit. Let's get used to seeing 70K again, and then we can move up.
Right on. Cool. So I think it was Marshall Law. He was asking about the DXY. If we look at that, yeah, we do. It's just not, I think, as important as it used to be. There used to be a very prominent inverse correlation that you could tell, like, and it wasn't always like one for one, like, hey, DXY is moving down, Bitcoin's moving up, but it would open the door. And when you get to these major areas of resistance and support, especially the level that we're at right now at about 104 to about 105, where you can see we've interacted with this level over and over again, that was something that I keyed on. If I was looking to see if we found support or if we got a rejection, and to me, that would open up the door for, Bitcoin to make a move, whether it was up or down based on, whether we're finding support or getting rejected in this area. But the thing that I've noticed lately is you see that DXY was just moonshotting, right? Just went straight up from 100. We did talk about this. This is one of the times we talked about this on the show. Was at about 100. It was like, hey, like, you can find support. If you find support here and it moves its way up, that could open the door up for some, negative price action for Bitcoin. Well, look what happened to Bitcoin. It also went up. So that's why, recently I've kind of just pushed it off to the side a little bit, and I haven't really brought it into my analysis as much as I used to, because to me, it's kind of losing that inverse correlation. And, who's to say what's actually driving that in terms of like why Bitcoin and, DXY are actually moving in the same direction, kind of almost paralleling each other. I'm not 100% sure, but that just says, okay, well, what I used to have in terms of an inverse correlation, not so much. So I'm not going to bring it into my analysis right now on the show, just because I don't want to lead anyone astray by saying, hey, it could open up the door, for movement one way or another, because it's just not right now, just not doing it. So we'll see if that correlation comes back. Like, there used to be a really tight correlation between Bitcoin and NASDAQ in the bear market. So if you start finding that correlation again with NASDAQ's going down and Bitcoin's going down, pay attention to that, because, that could actually signal, potential for some continuation of downside momentum, because that's what we saw in the last bear market. So, something like that, just kind of knowing when to kind of take these different aspects or these different charts into your analysis is very important, and being cognizant of the facts. You got to either have a sharp memory and take mental notes or write it down. A lot of people have to have a physical journal that they write down to be like, okay, I thought that this was going to happen with Bitcoin because I saw the DXY doing this and that did not happen. Or I saw this, I thought it was going to happen and it did happen. And we're like, okay, cool. Like, I have a journal of saying like when that happened, and some people just have good memories and they can be like, hey, I looked at this 15 times and I know the majority of the times I saw this play out, and they can just remember it. But yeah, man, just want to throw that out there, and, thank you for being here. Thank you for adding to the chat. Hopefully that answers your question.
So I got, if you pull up my chart, I got the
Yeah.
DXY. I was just looking at this since he pulled it up. I got the DXY on the left in the blue and Bitcoin on the right. So if you look at the similarities. We used to, like you said, TradeFly, we used to be inversely correlated. But now look at this. Like the beginning of April, we were up, and we made lower highs, and then we got a nice little dump down here. We were at a bottom, and then we were going up with the DXY, starting to try to take out this high right here. And with Bitcoin, we already took out the high. So it's been correlated to the upside and to the downside now. So it's very weird of how this is working. But I just step back and I look at everything that's happening in just in the financial world, in the markets in general. A lot of it is weird. Like, usually the bond market and the stock market is inversely correlated. That's why they used to have like the 60-40 portfolio to kind of hold you together, and just in case the bond market went down, or and the stock market was up, or the stock market was up and down and the bond market was up, or what I'm trying to say. But now we have everything like moving in unison with each other, and then we have rate cuts from the Fed coming in, but we have the 10-year going up. Like everything is out of whack right now. So everything that we thought we knew, everything that we've learned over the years to put in our analysis, we have to step back and we got to start fresh sometime and go into the charts and go into our analysis and thesis with a fresh slate, because a lot of these things are not working out the way that they used to in the past. And if you're trying to make the most amount of money, you always have to reevaluate your thesis, reevaluate your plan, and act accordingly. So right now, like we were saying, they are correlated, not inversely correlated. So that's just something that we got to keep in mind. So with this happening, I can't use the DXY anymore as an inverse correlation. So I'm just not even using the DXY for the most part at this point.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And that's something we'll keep an eye on. Like, I'm definitely not going to just kick it to the can or kick it to the trash, whatever. Curb. I can get it right on the third time, right?
It will be a time, TradeFly, when
Yeah.
that dollar start, like when quantitative easing, whatever they're going to start calling it, comes back. It's going to be a time when that DXY falls off a cliff and Bitcoin goes parabolic. So that's the time where we're going to make the most money in USD terms. So most people look at it in USD terms. So once that that liquidity starts coming in, and we start getting that rollover in the DXY because of the factors that we know are inevitable, that's when the parabolic moves are going to start to happen.
Right on. Let's look at Coinbase. I haven't looked at Coin in a while. That's one that I usually follow, just because it opens up the door, right? That's something that everybody can invest in, and it moves along with crypto for the most part. So this was, I was talking about it back here, chart prime for the win again. This is on the daily breakout. This is where my exit would have been. You see this line right here. So we were looking for a move up, smart target. That's where I would exit that trade. But we've now gotten on top of the dynamic reactor. And let me go ahead and bring my chart up here. And we've gotten on top of the dynamic reactor, and we did the OC retest, right? We always say that, hey, look for the OC retest. We got it. All right, so when I'm talking about the OC retest, get the breakout of the dynamic reactor, comes down. This one's beautiful. Very, very easy to see. OC retest, and you got that continuation to the upside. So where is a target that I'm looking at now? I would say that somewhere around 240 is definitely in play here. Let's go ahead and let's move this down maybe just a little bit. Just to kind of align a little bit more with the resistance here and the support here. Obviously going to be a range, not going to be perfect, but we'll say 238. All right. We'll give it a 238 number, but that's something to keep an eye on. I think we could see a move from where we're at here. As long as everything is status quo, right? As long as everything's status quo, all looking good, we could totally see a move up to 238. But that, just be careful, because Bitcoin is obviously at resistance. If there's a big pullback, I would say Coinbase will probably follow suit. But Coinbase, 238, keep that on your radars. I would look for a rejection there, though. Once you get up to 238, that is where I would look for a little bit of a pullback. Not saying it's going to be anything crazy, but you would definitely, I don't know, you would definitely, but I think you'll see something, where it pulls back a little bit before it tries again. And that's where you get excited again. You're like, okay, are we going to break, or do we get the OC retest in the opposite direction and open up the opportunities for a short? Right. So that's kind of something that I'm always looking for there, is that retest. It's a conservative play. Don't get me wrong, to look for that retest and always wait for the retest. But I'd say, it puts the percentages a little bit more likely, or a little bit more in your favor is what I'll say. Again, conservative play. But you can see here, we did get overbought right here. It did get an opportunity to reset, and it's working its way back up. So you could see that situation come up again. What you don't want to see, though, is the price action gets up here a little bit here, and then you don't want to see the indicator go like this, all right? Because then you're creating bearish divergence, and that is going to be, I would say it kind of opens the door up for price action to start pulling back. You don't always see it, though. When things get strong and they're moving very quickly, you might see multiple hits of bearish divergence. That's why some people don't really like bearish divergence, because you got to understand that it is an oscillator. An oscillator does what? It goes up, it goes down. It's like a wave. It has to reset. All right. Sometimes it gets to the top. There ain't nothing you can do about it. So then you end up you seeing those, hits of bearish divergence, and it freaks you out. But it may not mean much besides that the price movement is so strong that the oscillator is having a hard time really keeping up with it. So 238, what I'm looking at there. If we do pull back, I would definitely look at some opportunities around 195, 200 for Coinbase if you did miss that move. And then this is a very key level right here at 161. So I wouldn't be scared at looking at, an opportunity here, just having something sit and wait. I'm a big proponent of that. I love just saying, hey, this is a significant area of price action and support. And I just sit things there and just let it wait, man. Let it ride out. Because sometimes you get those, crazy news days, Iran, Israel, someone does something crazy, market dumps, no reason. I guess it is a reason, but, sometimes there is no reason. And you just get these crazy, sell-offs, and there's just opportunities waiting. So I'm very, very big proponent of that. So 161 is a key level for you guys to look at on Coinbase as well. And that is what I got for Coinbase. I'll pass it over to FD.
So I'm looking at Near. I like Near. I think it has like the AI narrative going along with it as well. But just from a technical standpoint, what I'm looking at for Near, let's actually zoom in. I'm on a daily time frame. So I like this pattern, this consolidation pattern. We're going down and to the right, which is pretty much a bullish pattern. We coming down to this $4 level. Held that as support. If we pull up our oscillators, our indicators, we got the reversal on the Prime Oscillator Pro, and we also got the green dot coming in on the VMC divergences, B divergences. So I like that. I like to see this in confluence when these line up together. This is definitely something that I look for. And then we have it coming in at the psychological level of $4, and it is a horizontal support. So I like this area here. And what I'm aiming for Near protocol, I'm thinking if the market can remain bullish, of course, we're not going to get super heavy moves right now, especially with this is Bitcoin's time. So we're just going to start finding positions. So this is what I'm doing right now. I'm going on a daily, and I'm trying to find setups like this, and I'm trying to find positions in order to ride them up, 30, 40, 50, 60, maybe 100% in some of these higher cap coins. We're not going to get too degenerate tonight. We're just going to talk about some of these higher cap coins. So what I'm looking at right now for Near, seems like we formed some sort of bottom, barring some Bitcoin crash or mini crash or something like that. So the first stop I'll be looking at is this level here at about $5.50. Let me actually draw it out so we can see what we'll be looking at. So we saw the bottom here. So I'll be looking at possibly coming up here, holding that as support, retesting that, and then coming up to our, like I said, $5.50 to $5.60. Hold that, consolidate, maybe come back down, grab a couple, get some shorts, get out of there, or some late longs out of there, and then possibly make our way back up to that $7 area, which would be a good move for me short term. So I'm looking to hold this trade. I want to get in right here. So if I get in here, if we get a breakout retest, that'll be my entry, and I'll probably hold to almost about $7. We'll say $6.85. That's a 45 to 46% move. And this is an easy trade. This will happen in like 2-3 days, probably, if Near starts to move, if the market starts to move. So this is not easy because none of it is easy, but I think this is a play that everybody screenshot this. If this happens, this is the not probable, but this is the likely thing that I want to see happen for Near protocol, because I think Near, if we remember how Near was moving when the market was moving, when the altcoins were moving strong, Near had a big moves, and it was strong, had a strong narrative as well. So I'll be looking at Near possibly to get in. I mean, you can get in here, and that'll be an even bigger move. But this is a little bit more risky. I want to see a little bit more confluence before I get in. So this will be a 68 to 70% move if you started to go in here, or you could just build your position in, and then just have a tight stop loss below maybe this lowest or this wick here at about $3.80. So I'm probably going to wait, get a breakout retest, and then that'll be my signal to long this and possibly hold it all the way up to $7, and just go from there and just take that just a couple leverage, couple 2, 3, 4, possibly 5x leverage, depending on how much money I want to put in there. But I like this trade, and this is just something that I saw earlier in the day, and I wanted to bring it to the nightcap. So be looking out for this. This is a more of a longer term swing trade. This is not like an overnight thing or something that's going to happen tomorrow or the next day. Just something to keep on your radar. Make sure you have this. I'll put it in the Discord, matter of fact. So if you're not in the Discord, make sure you go over to the Discord and subscribe to the Piper Academy Discord, and I'll put this over there so we'll have it to check and make sure everything plays out, or hopefully it plays out like this and we can get in. So I'll just walk you step by step through it if it does happen, and kind of hold your hand if you want to take this trade with me. So be on the lookout. I'll put it in the Discord tonight.
I appreciate that, man. That's awesome. So there's another reason for you guys to tune in, man. I mean, he's giving you the secret sauce there, and he said he'll walk you through it as well. So that's FD. That is pretty cool, man. Alex O said FD has some Jamie Foxx vibes at times, or am I delusional? I got to go back to duo cam. I'm gonna let you respond to that. Oh, you're muted. And he's still muted.
My bad, man.
Yeah, all good.
Thank you. I'm gonna take it as a compliment, man. I like Jamie Foxx.
Yeah,
So
I would too, man. That dude is he is talented. That is for sure.
He's a talented guy, man.
He really is. Cool, man. Let's go ahead and look at Beam real quick. See if I can figure out what Alex O is talking about. Now, understand that me and Alex are a little bit different at times. He does tend to find some shorter term time frame moves with some of these coins and projects. He is very good at scalping, very good at intraday. I am more of kind of that zoomed out guy. I'm big on letting the price action come to me, but let's see what I'm seeing on the daily. All right, so looking at the daily right now, good news is you are over the dynamic reactor. We have kind of flipped the trend, right? You saw it red, it was coming down, it kind of went horizontal here. You're now seeing the trend on the shorter time frame show you an up and right trend here with Beam. Okay, so what are we looking at? Well, you have this dynamic reactor, you're on top of it, you're finding support, you're getting the OC retest right now. All right, so that could open up the door for movement up to here. Now, the reason I point this area out here is because look at this. When you draw lines on a chart, from a zoomed out perspective, you find how important these lines can be sometimes. And right around 21 cents, very, very key. You see resistance, didn't quite make it there, but look at this, support, resistance all the way, like all through here, before it actually popped. And that is one of the things that I look for. All right, so when you find an area of price action that you find significant resistance, and then you have a significant move off of that area at 21 cents, like look how it moved after it actually finally broke, then I'm saying, okay, this is an important area. So don't be surprised if you see a few rejections. I mean, look here, you had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 rejections, 11 rejections if you count this one initially. 11 times it was rejected at that level before it actually made its move through. So I would say it's going to be kind of hard for it to make its move, but this is it's actually a nice move, like just from where it's at. It doesn't look like much, but if you took it from the price right now to that line, that's a 13.71% move. Beautiful, beautiful move. The potential is there for it. I will be very honest about that. You're on top of the dynamic reactor, trend is going up and right. I would not, hesitate to think that we can make this move. All right. Now, I'm not saying, again, I don't want to like put my name on it and say, hey, it's definitely going to go up there. But if you see Bitcoin consolidate up around 73K and kind of maintain over the 2021 high, that area of resistance that we want to flip into support, we see that consolidation period. I think it's wide open for Beam to make that 13% move. And then what do you do if it makes that move and we break through? I would say be careful because you have this kind of trend line right there. But again, it's the same thing that we talk about all the time. Look for those who retest. Boop, up to the next one, right? So that would be that next move. And how do I come up with that? It's very, very simple, right? You're looking at this and you're like, hey, resistance, support. You got support, resistance, support, very clear. Big breakdown again. All right, so like these two areas, key. Between 21 cents and 26 cents, key, because big breakdown, big move up. I don't know. I mean, I think, one, if you can catch it right off this dynamic reactor, might be a good entry at about 17 cents. So take a look at that. You may have missed that part of the move, but I would look at potentially putting something there to play that up to this area of resistance. And again, if we break it, then you got not 26 cents. I said 21 cents. It's 2.1 cents and 2.6 cents for clarity there. But those are your ranges there that I would be looking at on Beam. And I think that's a really nice setup. I would like to see what Alex O is actually talking about on probably, I'm guessing, the shorter time frames. But we don't have him on. Maybe he can talk about it when we do our Halloween episode on Thursday. So that being said, let's go over to the dual cam FD. Is there anything that you got?
Yeah, more somebody wanted to look at 00 token.
Okay. You got it, man.
I got it pulled up. And this chart scares me. It could get good, but it kind of
could get good.
It get good. It is crypto. It could get good.
This has some Matic vibes.
Yeah, because I just don't like, this is on a daily time frame too. Look at the wicks. Like if you're trying to trade this, man, good luck. Good luck. But I mean, if you're just trying to buy a spot and hold it and let it run up, like we do have some analysis for that. I'm looking at the volume profiles right now. Look at this huge gap right here. Look at this huge gap. And we're coming up, hitting our head on this macro resistance level right here. So, I mean, if you are holding this and you just want to see a breakout, you want to see this, and you want to see us just take out this whole gap right here. And that'll be, I hate when I do that. And that'll be, if we take it from here, that's a 50% move right there. So, I mean, if you want to 50% your money, I think it could come. I don't know the fundamentals of this. I don't know, what's going on or what sector this is, but I do like the fact that it is coming. Volume is coming in at this resistance level. We are getting a nice little push. Let's look at it. We had the reversal candle. We were oversold. We got the reversal candle on Chart Prime, Oscillator Pro. We had bullish divergence right at the bottom, and we had the green dot coming in at the bottom of about 3 cents. So I like this area right here. Just be looking out for the breakout. And then, I mean, if you're trading this, I would trade a spot. And this will be a good, nice, easy spot, 50% move if we break out, because it's so volatile. So this move will be so violent if it broke out. It wouldn't even be like that. It'll probably be like this. It'll just go straight up, and then it'll probably cover that area fairly quick. So I'm actually looking into this because I'm looking to trade more spot as opposed to just using leverage plays, because this is the time when you can trade leverage a little bit lower. You don't have to use that much leverage, or you can just trade spot and get moves like this. So I don't like the chart per se, but just be looking out for us to break this 0.45 cent level, and then we'll probably blast off really quick to possibly around 7 cents. So that'll be a good move if you're looking for something like that.
Right on. Looks like we just got a request for bonk. What do you say here? I lost it. I lost where it was. A realistic gain from something like bonk during alt season. That's kind of hard, man, for me to make some kind of like projection of where we can go in alt season. What I like to do is kind of look at the charts. Now, this is actually kind of one of those tokens or the projects or meme coins or whatever that I look at and I'm like, take the bottom all the way to the all-time high, do a fib retracement off of that, and find an entry around the golden pocket or the 0.5, whatever you're comfortable with. Usually the golden pocket, we see that a lot. And sit there and wait. And this played out almost textbook, right? So, because a lot of times it gets up here and everyone's like, oh, I missed the move. I'm like, not necessarily. And you saw it came down. It came even below the golden pocket here, made its bounce up. And then here we come again. We've kind of revisited the golden pocket and look where we found support. So at that golden pocket, we'll take it even from the top side of the golden pocket. Let's say you got it in a 618, 20% move on bonk. So in terms of where can we go, let me just give you a couple things for you to keep an eye on. All right. One, we have reversed the trend a little bit, right? You are seeing a series of higher highs, higher lows. That's good. Check. All right. Check in the box here. What you're going to have is a horizontal level of resistance at the 382. 382 also is going to have some confluence here with this trend line. All right, so that's going to be a big point of resistance for you to break through. Keep an eye on that. You're probably going to see a little bit of rejection back down to the 0.5 before you ultimately see a move up. So if you break something like that before you see that move up, right, that's probably what I would expect there. So if you're looking at intraday type trades, swing trades, these are some opportunities for you. Okay, so looking at these, again, I would highly recommend just take this fib retracement from bottom to top, draw that, and it's lining up beautifully in terms of where you're finding support and resistance. So keep an eye on these areas, and I think that'll help you a lot if you're trying to trade this asset, because it's honoring TA pretty well. All right, but again, you'll have some confluence here. I think you're going to find a rejection with a bunch of zeros, and we'll just call it about 3-0. And then if it breaks that, you're looking at the next one. So you're going up to the 0.236. You're kind of playing these zones. But in terms of making, a call of where this can go, like, you never know, man. Some of these meme coins, they just get hot, like it did here. Like, look how crazy this move was just in February to March. All right, February to March of 2024, 300% move. Who can predict that? Like, I would never be able to predict that if this is what I saw. If all I saw was this one right here, from November 23 to about December of 23, I would have never been able to make this call saying that we were going to go up to, pull back and then go up 300%. So, just know that, like, that potential is there because you've seen it. All right. You've seen it twice now. Really, this is a big move too. It's almost losing a little bit of steam though, right? These subsequent bounces, these subsequent moves seem to be less and less. All right, so that means that people are probably finding other assets to kind of move their funds around in. The hype may not be there as much with Bonk as it used to be because it's already made I think 3,000% gains in a year or something insane like that. So you got to be careful. Does it have the potential to go back up to where it was? Of course it does. I mean, if people get behind it, you saw that with Doge. Doge sat forever. Doge sat for a really long time, and then it made a move up to about 88 cents or 90 cents, and everyone was screaming for $1, and then it just dumped on everyone's face. But that's the game that you play with low cap coins like Bonk and Doge and all that. Now I think Doge is actually probably a little bit stronger, it's going to hold up a little bit better, not be as volatile as something like Bonk could be. So be careful. But that being said, of course the potential is there. You could see a 100% move, and that wouldn't be anything really to write home about for Bonk. I will say that I like that we are reversing the trend. I will say that we did find support at the golden pocket. That checks two things for me. So I'm not against, taking a play on Bonk. I can never predict where it's going to go. One piece of news could come out about a meme token, whether it's one of the whales, someone that's actually one of the devs, whatever, or somebody just pulls a lot of their funds off, and it can get weird for people really quick. So I say be very, very careful. Take a low allocation of your portfolio when you're talking about meme tokens, and that would be my recommendation there. All right, Wick589 with a $5 super chat. Thank you very, very much. Maybe you're just evolving as a trader, FD. What attracted you to XRP to begin with, and when were you expected to be, you guys are blowing up the chat and moved out of the way, to be awarded for holding? Less than 4 years.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good question. Really quickly, what attracted me? Well, when I was going down the crypto rabbit hole, I mean, you go on YouTube, everybody's talking about XRP. So it's probably a little bit of all the influencers, everybody online was talking about XRP. So it was just something that one of the first few cryptos that I really started to gravitate towards and really do my due diligence on. So I'm not gonna sell all of it. Cause I've been holding this long, and I do believe XRP is gonna stand the test of times. And I think it'll grow, eventually. But I am going to take a little bit off the table. Of course, I'm gonna take my profits, and then I'll take a little bit off the table and just and put it into something else that's moving a little bit quicker. But I'll hold XRP probably for the next 3, 4, 5, 6 years because I know it's not going anywhere, as opposed to putting it in one of these new coins and it may not be here in the next 6 months. So I'm not gonna sell it all. I got. I don't know how many I got. I think it's a few thousand, maybe like 11 or 12,000. It's not that much, but I'm probably not going to sell all of it. And then Alex he also said that did we put on weight when we were having a baby? Um I can't remember what he said. The chat is going crazy, but for my second child, I did put on weight, and it was it was my last child. I did put on weight, so that did happen. But the first two, no, I was in the gym all the time still. But the last one, yeah, I kind of put on some weight. So it was I put on some weight. So that is something that happens. I was getting sick too. I was getting sick too sometimes. Like I was, it was just I was having sympathy pains and whatnot, man. I love my wife. So anytime she's feeling sick or something like that, I got to be strong, but I'd be like, I think I get sympathy pain too. So it's just something that
I damn near fainted both times in the hospital.
Oh man, I don't even want to think about that.
Both times. Both times I was so close. I was like, whoop. Let me sit down real quick.
The last time I was just in there, I just had the leg like this, and then I had my phone, scrolling YouTube or something. I had the leg up, like, come on, push. While I was on crypto YouTube, like, when you get used to it after a while, so it wasn't.
Yeah, that wasn't not for me, but that was. I was like, oh no, hold on, let me.
It was a great experience.
Y'all got some water.
It was a good experience, man. It's something that if you want to have kids, make sure you up close and personal, man, so you can have that good image for the rest of your life, man.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful. It's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen, man. Birth, I loved it. It not like that, but just a human coming out of another human, like it was an amazing experience, man.
Maybe you should be a doctor. You're a rare bird.
Yeah, it's
Dr. F.D. White.
Yeah.
That actually sounds like a doctor name. I'm not gonna lie. Paging Dr. F.D.
Yeah, I can't go to school.
Dr. F.D.
I barely made it to school, man. I'm like, dang, we got another class. Like, how many math classes? I know 2 + 2, 5 + 5. That's all I need to know. Get me up out of here. But it's cool, man. It's cool.
Right on. Hey, shout out to Joe. He gifted 5 Piper Academy memberships. You guys are very, very generous tonight. Thank you so much. It is much appreciated. Crypto Mar, you were gifted a membership. B Team Crypto, Knox Bill, Alex Me, and Carl Lenitis. Come on over to the Discord. Get some more alpha. Definitely has some perks there. Opens you up for some giveaways, all kinds of good stuff. And then, of course, you can drop some emojis in the chat for some funsies. And Alex O Crypto, bro, he is on one today, man. Love that guy. But yeah, on his morning show, he was doing his trading, and for whatever reason, his lighting was off, and I was just throwing out names. But I think we settled on Alex Glow Crypto. I think that's going to be the new name for now until he fixes his lighting. So we'll see tomorrow. I'll check in with it and see how he's doing with the lighting, and we'll go from there. Otherwise, I will continue the hazing. I will send you Alex Glow Crypto super chats in rapid fire.
Hey, I stopped. I think before we get out of here, we always say this. We just keep going. I feel like we're gonna start doing 2-hour shows next. But man, Alex, man, he had a big crowd in there tonight, and he was putting on. I think it was this morning rather, and he was putting out some fire TA, man. So I've been starting to get into a habit of doing things, and one of my habits is making sure I come on and turn Alex on so I can steal some of his trades and implement it into my strategy too. So appreciate you, man. Thank you for that.
That boy, I mean, he gives away his secret sauce. He's literally he's got an awesome Discord too. So if you guys aren't over there, check it out, man. Ain't no shade at all. We will send people that way. He always sends people our way as well. So his Discord, he's got a good one. It's a good community over there. So do not hesitate to go over there and be part of the Otter Gang, because they are good peoples. And Trade Intuition, again, go check him out as well. He's got a good channel. He needs to get those views up, man. I don't know, why he's at where he's at this point. Like you should be pounding out some more views, my man. You are giving away that TA. So much appreciated to you. Thanks for everyone coming in tonight. We truly, truly appreciate it. For the mods in the house, thank you for all that you guys do. You guys are the best. Geez, Drawn by Wick's wife, Fine 89, as well as Alexandra G. Thank you guys for everything that you guys do. It is much appreciated. And again, thank you everyone for tuning in tonight. Hope you enjoyed it. Go ahead, give us a like and subscribe. We would truly appreciate that. We are growing. Numbers are going up, so we do appreciate you. The morning show can't touch us at this point. We are running away with the views. Sorry, Piper, but we are officially the #1 show on Piper Academy.
All right, before we get out of here, man, how about we raid the morning? They need some help, man. We got to raid the morning.
They need some help.
What day we gonna plan it right here live, man? What day you want to go in the morning? Piper OT out, man. We're gonna go over there and help them out, get them views, man. We gonna coordinate something and bring it to you next week. We're gonna have the quadruple.
Oh my gosh, the morning show needs some help. I can't wait till Piper sees this. I'm down whenever, dude. I usually go on Fridays. Those are usually my sure thing. And then sometimes on Thursdays.
I got the link already.
Friday?
I'm not even gonna say nothing. I'm just gonna pop in.
No, you're just gonna pop in. All right,
Yeah.
Friday, bet. Let's do it. I'm down. All right, man. Cool. We're gonna get out of here. Everybody, trade safe, be safe, have a good night, and we're gonna see you tomorrow. We're out.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yo, go, go, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They'll deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. You got a mind, but even that could change. You could flip the gray matter like some batter in your brain. That's why I say, fake it till you make it A. And if you play that game, then you just might make a change. Rearrange all the bad to okay. Take the worst thoughts saying, turn them to a game. Take the best thoughts saying, put them on display. On repeat in your brain till you're feeling no more pain. Never slow yourself down, you can do some more. Push past all the pain and you'll find a door. Open it up and finally explore everything that you thought you could never do before. And even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, go.